Alrighty, guys, we're back for Gruul Landfall, and this is a Final Fantasy Standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We have 3 Tifa Lockhart, 2 mana 1/2 legendary creature, of course. It has Trample and Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, double Tifa's power until end of turn. Oh my goodness, that could get out of hand pretty fast, huh? Especially when we pair it with other powerful landfall creatures like Bristly Bill, Spine Sower, 2 mana 2/2. Whenever land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Also has a bottom ability that comes in handy more often than you would think. For 3 and double green, doubled the number of +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Beautiful stuff. Also pairs beautifully with Mossborn Hydra, making the cut as a 2 of. Not going to take the time right now to actually go over it because we have a lot of other new cards to go over, like Traveling Chocobo, a little bit of a bird theme packed in. So this is a 3 mana 3/2. We got all 4 of them. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. Nice. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. No, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Okay, so of course that includes landfall abilities. So I want to see like multiple Traveling Chocobo on the board with our Bristly Bill or our Tifa or our Mossborn Hydra, or how about Sazh's Chocobo making the cut as a 4 of. This is a 1 green mana 0/1 with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Beautiful. All it's missing is trample. Monstrous Rage, making the cut as a 4 of. Have you guys seen this one yet? I really got to stop making that joke, but yes, it's going to be a terrific way to go ahead and give trample to our important creatures like Sazh's Chocobo. Now, Tifa already has trample, but it's not going to be terrible to go ahead and boost Tifa's power and then drop a land or something, or drop a Fabled Passage and then grab another land, right? So what else do we got packed in? There's other ways to actually boost Tifa's power too. Haste Magic, also a way to give haste, also a way to see more off the top, maybe find a land off the top or something too. So it's going to be interesting if this one of will actually do something today. More reasons to actually go Gruul is Zell. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, not even going to try. 3 mana 0/3 legendary creature. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Zell gets +1/+0 for each land you control. At the beginning of your end step, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Cool stuff. Should pair beautifully with landfall. We do have ways to protect our important creatures. We have 3 Snakeskin Veil, should do the thing nicely. Here on the top end, we have Reach the Horizon, a 4 mana sorcery. Search your library for 2 basic land cards and or town cards with different names. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So we'll go over why I chose this in just a second when I go over the mana base. We do have a little bit of removal packed in with 3 Chocobo Kick. It's a 2 mana sorcery speed. It does have a kicker cost. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Again, that way we can actually just play it again, get all of our landfall abilities back. So target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls if this spell was kicked. The creature you control deals twice that much damage instead. So just a pretty decent bite spell, honestly. We'll see how much that actually does today, huh? We also have Sidequest, Raise a Chocobo. It's a 2 mana enchantment. When it enters, you create a 2/2 green bird creature token with. Whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Also has a bottom ability where it does potentially transform into Black Chocobo. Not going to take the time to go over that right now, though. Over in the mana base, guys, we do have some towns packed in with a couple Lindblum Industrial Regency. We even have this Zanarkand, Ancient Metropolis, yes. We even have a couple Adventurers Inns too. Yeah, why not? And a couple starting towns too. So we do have enough towns packed in to warrant the Reach the Horizon, right? All 4 Fabled Passages going to be excellent in here. We have all 4 Thornspire Verge and 10 total basics. Should be fine and dandy and ready to go, hopefully. Over in the honorable mentions, I thought about this Sabo Tender, thought about a Ride the Shoe Puff. The Krinko's Buzz Crusher almost made the cut, and Choco Comet was a card I considered as like a 1 of too. Alright guys, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take this into some ranked, see how we do. Okay, right into that first game. What am I expecting from the build? I don't know, dude. I have no idea what to expect when a set initially releases. I'm expecting fun. Does that count? That should count. Totally. Yeah, Landfall builds are always a lot of fun, so. Opponent goes first. I'm keeping this, dude. I'm not going to complain about this at all. Turn 1, Sazh's Chocobo. Turn 2, we can get the starting town down successfully. Ooh, Traveling Chocobo. All right, man. We could also technically get the forest down successfully too, I suppose. Well, not necessarily if we would have seen our second starting town. Thornspire is pretty good too. Alright, we still have Snakeskin Veil open. So starting town, +1 counter. Swing with the Chocobo. Okay. Get 1 damage through. I'm just going to keep the Snakeskin Veil open. Oh, I'll use the Snakeskin Veil. Even if they double down on Elspeth Smite or something, that could be pretty good for us. Yeah, why not? Why not keep the little Chocobo alive, huh? At that point, it's a 1-mana card for a 1-mana card, and at least we get to keep that counter around too. Okay, we can successfully get Thornspire Verge down. So Mossborn Hydra and Traveling Chocobo, both pretty decent here. I think we start with the swing, though. I mean, it's a 3/4. It does get through. I think we want to go Traveling Chocobo. We get to see more off the top. This is actually a tough decision because either one, if we start with Hydra, we can go Traveling Chocobo before combat next turn and still play a land. It's a tough decision, though. That could be good. That could be. I mean, Mossborn Hydra should have an equal amount of... okay, it's going to be a 3 steps ahead anyway, so that works out, I would say. I'd prefer the Hydra getting countered over the Traveling Chocobo. This just helping us see more off the top is actually pretty huge. All right, let's see if it's going to be another counterspell. Either way, I'm going to try to get this down before the forest. It is going to be another 3 steps ahead, and I'm actually not terribly sad about that, as we get to keep Sazh's Chocobo around, and we still have a Snakeskin Veil ready now. It's a good draw. All right. It is going to be an untapped 5th mana. I doubt they want to drop a Sunfall for just 1 Chocobo. So they are going to keep all 5 open, pass it right back. Another Snakeskin Veil is pretty good, man. It is. I'm tempted by the Reach the Horizon, but they're going to come in tapped, and if we tap out now and leave Sazh's Chocobo open to a Get Lost or something, that would be pretty sad. Just keeping both Snakeskin Veil ought to be better than the Reach the Horizon. What do you guys suppose? They could block with Restless Anchorage if they're... I mean, that's not a great block for them, though. All right. No target for the Chocobo Kick. Yeah, they're in desperate need to remove Sazh's Chocobo. They might be forced into a block with Restless Anchorage soon enough. We could try to get removal. Since we have 2 Snakeskin Veil, we could try to boost the Chocobo. See if they get removal on the stack, and then we go Snakeskin Veil on top of that. Probably not. Probably not worth it. Tifa, nice. Okay. Right, so we start with the swing. The problem with Tifa right now is that would definitely... Ooh, flanker coming down. Probably 2 life scry too. Yeah, that's a good blocker. Too bad we don't have our Monstrous Rage in hand, huh? They go back up to 9. See what they keep on top here. They go 1 top, 1 bottom. That can't be a good sign. A worthwhile chump, for sure. I am concerned about getting Tifa down, guys, because if we run into a board wipe, all right, we're going to play Tifa. They kept one on top, though. That's a problem. It really is. All right. It's super silly, but I'm going to play around the board wipe and just keep our just ultra powerful Sazh's Chocobo on the board as a threat. The fact that they kept one on top, that's like the most concerning thing. We pass it back. We do find more land, which is great news because now we can actually reach the horizon and keep a Snakeskin Veil open. Which I don't know if we want to do, like... I don't know what exactly we want to do here. I don't know if we need to double down on Snakeskin Veil. If we do Snakeskin Veil this turn, do we want to actually still have one open for next turn too? It's a tough decision, man. I think I'm just going to swing for 5, see what happens. I think keeping both Snakeskin Veils a little bit better than trying the boost on the Reach the Horizon, but it's like I said, it's a really tough decision. Okay. Snakeskin Veil doing the thing and doing it well. I'm just gonna wait. Now we don't have a way to double down. I guess we're still playing around Sunfall. Okay, oh man. Oh geez, guys. I don't know what the best decision here is. I'm like, we're up against control, period, right? So if we play 2 creatures against control, then they're way more tempted. Then again, okay, they go for mill and card draw here. GG opponent. Yeah, I mean, even if they found spot removal, we had the 3rd Snakeskin Veil in hand as well. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you think playing it slow, playing it safe, keep an open maximum amount of Snakeskin Veils was the best play? You know, keeping Tifa in hand instead of playing it. If we played it, we would have just tempted the Sunfall or whatever board wipe they were actually playing. Looks like they missed the board wipe, probably, right? Because instead of Jace, I think they would have dropped a 1-for-1 just to get around more protection. And we only have 3 Snakeskin Veils in. We saw all 3, I would say, relatively essential, especially against control. That was decent stuff. Sazh's Chocobo. Gonna run away with certain games every now and then, right? Anything that grows as the game goes on like that has the chance to do that. And Monstrous Rage would have been huge in that last one. I don't actually like this hand. The opponent goes first. It might be a weird mulligan, but I'm like, if the opponent's rocking hyper aggro of any kind, we're going to get obliterated, dude. So weird mulligan, but I'm going to drop it because I think we can do better. Hey, there we go. I'm confident we can drop a land because there's 25 mana packed in total. Like, sure, we love land. We love the landfall. But we also have the highest chance of seeing more land off the top, so dropping anything else would be a little silly to me. Island. Sazh's Chocobo. Come on down, buddy. Just a little buddy. Just a little guy. Can Sazh's Chocobo run away with this game as well? That's the question. Sidequest Raise a Chocobo is probably pretty decent, but it's still going to be Bristly Bill next turn. And then we hope to see more mana as the game goes on. Or ways to bounce our mana back to hand, too. We'll wait for main phase 2 on the Bristly Bill, of course. Hopefully we're not up against more control. Going to be founding the 3rd path. Okay, so some omniscience most likely, but founding the 3rd path also makes the cut in Mini Reanimator. We just don't see that as often. Card Course also makes the cut in Mini Reanimator. Oculus also makes the cut in some Mini Reanimator. All right, Oculus in the grave. They are ready for just a terrific turn 3. Tifa's great. That's a really good draw. But if we don't see mana... Well, number 1, we want to go ahead and boost the Chocobo. We have Monstrous Rage, Snakeskin Veil open. If we want to do that too, probably just establish the creature though. And finally getting Tifa on the board. We'll see what the opponent could pull off, because I think this could be just an incredible turn, with Oculus in the grave especially. Haste also in the grave. 3rd mana open, guys. They could bring both of those back. At least Helping Hand would be 1 tap, though. It's going to be a recommission for the Oculus, and they do generate that 2/2. They got 1 mana open. We do find mana. That is terrific news. I think we will go Bristly Bill before the land, because I don't think this 1 mana is going to be anything on the stack. It was not. So we can get Thornspire Verge down. And then we want Bristly Bill to activate first, then Tifa. Alright, that's a 4/3. And then we have Monstrous Rage. They just bring back Oculus next turn. They definitely block here. They're not anticipating Monstrous Rage, but I don't think they care. They just don't care if their Oculus dies. And we do care if Tifa dies. So we just keep Snakeskin Veil. We're going to try a little bit of patience here. It's really tough to have patience when Oculus runs away with the game. Continuously generating 2/2s, 2/2s that can eventually flip into more Oculus or Haste. It was a great setup. This would have been a great game to go first. More mana off the top would be good. But also... I don't know. I don't know what the mana could look like that would actually be terrific. More mana would just be like... Oh, crap. Yeah, they're bringing back the... So Founding the Third Path brings back Recommission. Brings out the Haste. Dude, we're in danger. Also, before we double Tifa's power again, we should consider Monstrous Rage first. Here's the problem, right? They keep this mana open. And that should be very concerning for us, as this is very much an Into the Flood Maw style deck list. And if we stack a Monstrous Rage onto Tifa, then we better hope we have Snakeskin Veil open as well. Which we didn't last turn because we established Bristly Bill. They do swing in the air. Down to 14. We are in danger. We could easily die next turn. Course, they tapped out, guys. They tapped out. Go, 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 go. Wait, wait, wait. Did they play their mana? Okay, they did play their mana. If they're tapped out and we're going to die next turn because they have 12 in the air and all they got to do is discard a couple things for Haste to win, I'm going to get another face down card. We are going to boost the Tifa and we are all in, dude. We are hoping for land off the top. We're going to go Monstrous Rage before the land. Snakeskin Veil, no! Okay, well. Yeah, we can't block in the air. Now they have 13 in the air too, so they're even one step closer. They don't have to discard anything extra. All right, man. Well. Well. I got rid of that land earlier. When we mulliganed. Oh no. Yeah, we're dead either way. Let's go for the swing, huh? So what would the damage have been on Tifa if we would have actually seen the land? And we wouldn't have seen Snakeskin Veil. If we would have drawn a land, we could have played Monstrous Rage on the Tifa, boosted it to a 6 power, played the land, Bristly Bill to 7, right? So we'll go Monstrous Rage on the Bristly Bill. And just max out the damage here. For real. Might as well go on to the Tifa because it has trample as well. So anyways, so Tifa's power would have been 7, then the double to 14. So it still wouldn't have been enough since they had 2 blockers on the ground, and they could have successfully blocked the Bristly Bill and the Chocobo as well. They do find some mill. Funny enough, they still only have 13. Okay, there they go. Okay, they have another picklock prankster. There's 14. No, still only 13. What's left in hand? Okay, helping hand, chart course. Okay, they're fine. We're gonna let them play this out for sure. Wouldn't that be something else if they actually missed the 14 damage after we decided to go all in like that? A good game, opponent. Good game. It was good. I think that could have gone either way easily. Especially if we went first. Yeah, that's what I think. But it was good. They had that early Oculus right on time. Well, I guess they could find even earlier Oculus, huh? If they, like, Surveil land it into the grave. Find a turn 2 Oculus. I'd still say turn 3 Oculus is right on time. Let's keep the ball rolling, man. Feels decent. I don't think we want 26 mana, but in that last game felt like we should have had 26, right? But probably not. Chocobo Kick could have been decent to take out the Hadijin, maybe. It's hard to take out Hadijin once it's on the board because of everything that they can keep open by having it all cost 1 less too, so... opponent goes first. We should be scared, man. We should be terrified, but I'm going to try keeping it. Oh, it's a concealed courtyard. Traveling Chocobo, that's good. Before this holds us up, I'm just going to play this tapped. We don't have to worry about the adventure side. Soul Search. Well, crap. I think Tifa's out of the equation, man. Now... Oh, they take Traveling Chocobo. They're not worried about the Tifa. Okay. So I wonder what's left in their hand then. Tifa, come on down. They know we have Monstrous Rage and everything too. It could be really good. Just to swing for 8 next turn. Okay, you can't attack or block, right? 7 or more cards in exile. Okay, sweet. Sazh's Chocobo's pretty good. Okay. Okay. We probably just go Sidequest though instead. Well, I'm going to go for maximum swing possible. Maximum swing possible, and that probably means... This is not a good target for the Chocobo Kick by any means. So it's going to be raise a Chocobo, and the opponent can't block, and they're tapped out. I'm just getting it down now. Yeah, that's decent. That's decent. All the adorable little Chocobos. All right, so if they give us another target for the Chocobo Kick, they do find a Ride's End. Uh-oh. They go down to 11 here, but keeping their hand nice and stocked up's really good news for them. Mazemind Tome. Okay. Now, since Chocobo Kick is a bite and not a fight, we don't have to worry about the lifelink. We could still just target for the sake of targeting. Well, we do have 3 of them now, don't we? Sazh's Chocobo. Oh, we only have 1 green mana. Uh-oh, guys. I guess... Oh, it does work out, though. It does work out. Yeah, we can still kick this. Yeah, the Indestructible. I know that it's not technically doing anything, but we have 3 of them, and I want to boost the Sazh's Chocobo for the turn. So we're going to kick it. We're going to go here, return the forest, and play the forest. Oh, no, it doesn't work out. Oh. Yeah, no, I need it. What we end up doing is boosting the bird, but we still couldn't boost the Sazh's Chocobo. I don't know what I was thinking there, but we still pushed an extra damage through. I don't know if that was worth it, but we have all 3 Chocobo Kicks, not doing too much else against Ketramos right now, so... Ghost Vacuum, nice. I will say this. Their Soul Search hitting the Traveling Chocobo was really good for them. Alright, down to 7. They do find a tapped mana. They have 3 mana open, 3 cards in hand, and a Mazemind Tome open as well. I think we're in serious danger. So at the beginning of our end step, we return with the Zell. That's good though. It's not bad. Chocobo Kick, replay the land. We get an extra 2 through. They go down to 3. Probably not worth it. They've got to have other creatures here to target, right? It's probably much better just to play the Zell. Yeah, right now, I wouldn't mind 26 mana in here, honestly, guys. But I think more testing required, first of all, you know? And we can actually bounce, like, Lindblum if we really wanted to do it that way. But I think we'll just bounce the mountain. Oh. The end. They're getting ever closer to the point where Ketramos can block an attack, too. That should be very scary. 5, and then Ghost Vacuum will be 6. And I bet they keep 1 on top. Oh, that's not good news. I think Ketramos is going to be able to attack and block starting this turn. And Chocobo Kick just not doing a lot. All right, that's 6 out of 7. It's interesting that they targeted... that actually makes a lot of sense, since they actually were able to hit the other Sazh's Chocobos. I was going to say, the 2/2 would probably be a decent target, but now that they ripped the other Chocobos out of the deck list, that does make sense. Yeah. Ghost Vacuum. Oh yeah, they didn't even need the Ghost Vacuum. Yeah, hitting all 4 off the end. Okay, okay. It's been a while, Ketramos. It's been a long while, but the end is perfect for Ketramos builds. Hey, there's a land. All right, well, Adventures In comes down, boosts our birdie. They got 3 mana open, 3 lands. We still swing for 3. Yeah, it's too bad Zell isn't on the board. They found great spot removal to deal with all that. Now, they're going back down to 4, but they're going back up to 8 when they swing with the Ketramos, and they're definitely going to be swinging here. So Chocobo Kick, not worth it. There's got to be other creatures in their deck list, right? I mean, we saw all 3 of our Chocobo Kicks for the game. There's got to be some creatures to pop here. Maze Mind Tome, they go up to 8. Oh, also, the Maze Mind Tome exiles itself, too. Oh! Slowly piecing together the opponent's deck list, right? It has been forever since I've seen Ketramos. Hey, there's a creature. All right. But we do have a problem where Chocobo Kick does not hit the 5 power unless we see land off the top. Plus, they're at 15. We do find a land off the top. Not bad, guys. Not bad. All right, Chocobo Kick. Let's kick it. Target creature we control. Target creature they control. Bounce the Adventures In. Oh, yeah, man. And we're playing this out, too. Like, it's like, heavily leaning towards the opponent since they have Ketramos and they've drawn so much. But it's also not going to take them too long to actually deal the damage they need to. So always feel free to skip ahead, guys. This one's... I can imagine 99% certainty that is the opponent's, but I just want to play it out to see. So always feel free to skip ahead to the next game. Down in the description and whatnot, we do have timestamps. So, or at the bottom of the video, you can mouse over it too to see the different chapters. And hey, while I have you here in the middle-ish, end-ish of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have the Discord link. The opponent's turn. We have the Discord link, as well as they call Monstrous Rage. Wow. What was I saying? YouTube stuff, guys. YouTube stuff. Discord link, as well as the Patreon link if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. Also, if you like the video, make sure you actually drop it a like, and if you enjoy the channel, consider subscribing. It really does help out the channel. So thank you guys. Recasting the Adventures In for an extra 2 life is actually really sick here, right? Yeah, right now, Sidequest Chocobo, or Sidequest Raise a Chocobo, it kind of makes more sense in, like, a deck list with more birds, of course, right? But also, it's still pretty neat to generate a token that works with the landfall. And that token has actually been pretty essential here. They do go back up to 14. I'll tell you what, we still have been able to push a lot of extra damage through with all this extra life gain and everything. Are they going to activate the Ghost Vacuum ability maybe? See what's under here. No. No, because they would just get a 1-1 Beza. Hey, Bristly Bill, now we're drawing. Now we're talking, dude. All right. We might as well put all of our eggs into one basket because we're in so much danger. Also, Bristly Bill has a bigger target than a 4-3 token since they're gaining 4 every turn anyways. Yeah, Bristly Bill's decent. The opponent goes and takes it even though they have 7 cards in hand and a ton of extra mana. They just decide to do nothing. Not even the Murex was worth their time, guys. What does it mean? They just decided on nothing for the turn. All right, they're going to draw. Go down to 8. That's one reason why the opponent's life total has still been looking a little low too, right? Because the Ketramos ability, every time they draw extra, they do take that one. They find removal for the Bristly build, not surprising at all, for sure. They find a Cease. So they gained 2 life and drew a card, I guess. And they exile off the Ghost Vacuum. They go back down to 12. And we could keep a blocker if we want to try to survive, but I'm pretty sure they'll just remove our token anyways. So we'll still just go for this fun swing and then let the opponent wrap this up. And then we're going to go one more game, guys. Another Soul Stone, or yeah, listen to me. Another Stone Brain. Choose a card name, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for 4 cards with that card name. This time they're grabbing Tifa. Oh, opponent. Look at our, look. This is really funny, actually. How many of our cards are in exile from all that? That's pretty crazy, man. So another thing we could have done, too. Yeah, we're just letting the opponent swing, though. Another thing we could have done for the turn was target the Ketramos with the Chocobo Kick, bounce the Adventures in, play the Adventures in, go back up to 6. But we do need out of this game, so let's drop the good game. Ketramos, underplayed? Maybe. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. I mean, that deck list definitely picked us apart this time. Some well-placed protection spells could have really helped. Our 3 Snakeskin Veil could have really helped out that game, especially the one of the ends that they played. Probably the first the end. Even so, yeah, no, the first the end, because then they wouldn't have had everything in exile to swing with the Ketramos. And even if they activated the Ghost Vacuum too, right? So there's definitely something to be said about the 4th Snakeskin Veil. Hey, I like this hand. Opponent goes first, unfortunately, but it's really hard to complain about this. Oh, no, I'll complain. Yeah, Verge. We don't have turn 1 Sazh's Chocobo. Oh well, I'm keeping it. See what we can pull off here. Heartfire Hero. Hold on, Heartfire Hero. Give me a couple turns, okay? Just hold your horses, okay? Right, so we want the green source off the Verge next turn. We might as well get Verge down and then get the Mountain down next turn. Totally fine. We'll get Sazh's Chocobo down on turn 2. Snakeskin Veil off the top would be pretty insane. They swing for 5. And nothing. That's kind of good news. Power up the Verge for the green source. Get the Sazh's Chocobo down. Oh, Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, dude, I keep doing this. I keep thinking I have more green sources on the board than I actually do, right? That being said, I might actually drop a mountain for another forest. We're in danger, bro. Either way, even if we block. Monstrous Rage. Getting through for 6. We could we could die. They don't throw it. Okay, that's good news. Let's Adventures in to gain some life. And Sazh's Chocobo goes up to a 1-2. Zell isn't terrible. Bounce the Adventures in back to hand. But how do we get around this Heartfire hero? If we play Zell, we won't have reached the horizon. At that point, we might as well go Traveling Chocobo? At least Traveling Chocobo boosts our Sazh's Chocobo a little further. It might be a better blocker, but probably not. If we need to, if we get to keep Traveling Chocobo around, then we could potentially Chocobo Kick the Heartfire hero, but Heartfire hero is still doing a huge chunk of damage. Snakeskin Veil is on top of the deck, guys. 4th mana from the opponent. Looks like they're going to go for the Rockface Village boost here, which is a pretty good boost. They didn't throw the Heartfire hero last turn. I don't think they're going to throw it this turn either. Is there anything that could give double strike? Even so. Alright, no blocks. Get the good game ready, huh? Ooh, Monstrous Rage. Only an extra 2. See, that wasn't too bad. We're alive. We're alive. Ooh. Tap land off the top for free off the Traveling Chocobo, but we already have an untapped source here, and then we still have to deal with Heartfire hero somehow too. So the best case scenario, bounce the Adventures in for the ×2 damage on the Chocobo Kick. No, there's not a lot we can do here, guys, because once we take the 5, we die. It's not like we can play the Adventures in just like suddenly. So we might as well get the mountain down. Boost. Yeah, we're dead no matter what to the Heartfire hero, so we can get the Zell, and then we get to play an additional land, which will be off the top here. Sazh's Chocobo gets the extra boost. That's really cool, man. It's really cool, but we got hit with the hyper aggro, unfortunately. We do have the swing. Yeah, since we're at 3 and we can't do anything about Heartfire hero, we'll just go for the swing, huh? Totally fine. And we'll bounce the Adventures in. Hold on, guys. No, we're... Oh, yeah. We're dead because of the Rockface Village target. I was going to say, there's a chance that the Zell can make it so that way we take only 1 damage, but the Rockface Village is going to boost the power by 2. They do find another Heartfire hero anyways. They decide not to give it haste, actually, because they don't know what's in hand. So 7. So see, we take 3, even with the block on the Zell and the boost from the Snakeskin. So I guess we could have kept the Sazh's Chocobo back and tried to survive 1 more turn. We would have lost our biggest creature. But there's a real possibility. No, not really. Not really, because we didn't even see burn from the opponent yet, right? Also, it could have been another turn inside out or something too. So there was a lot of reasons. Just go for the fun swing sometimes, man. I lied, by the way. 1 more. 1 more, guys. Come on, man. I believe in the deck list, and I'm having a good time with it too. Landfall, it's just so much fun. We're definitely going to revisit Landfall. I want to try mono green Landfall again. We're definitely going to be visiting Chocobos. Right now I have a Selesnya Chocobo list ready to go. It's actually Selesnya birds, right? And I was thinking, like, yeah, sure, Bant birds will be fun, but I think, like, try Selesnya birds first, see how necessary that blue source is, then try Bant birds at some point, right? So, all right, opponent goes first. That's unfortunate. Love this hand. Let's keep it. Yes, now we have enough green sources. Snarling Gorehound. Okay. Let's do Sazh's Chocobo, of course. Be careful with the Verge, man. There is still a part of my brain that was like, oh, I'll get the dual land down first. No. Watch out for the Verge. Elesil Core. And maybe we do want the 26. There is like way too many scenarios where we just desperately want more mana. Hey, more mana. All right. No swings for the turn. Let's get the Tifa down. I don't even think I'd double block the Gorehound. I don't want some kind of like crazy combat trick that I'm not thinking of to hit us off the Gorehound. Also, they wouldn't mind Gorehound in the grave, because this is very much a Raise the Past style deck list. And Raise the Past is brutal, so more in the grave, the better for the opponent. Especially once they start getting more stuff that cares about ETBs. Like Elesil Core is one of them, of course. They send another Elesil Core to the grave, too. They go for the full swing. It's just a Plains. Ah, man. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. What if the Plains is an Elspeth Smite or something? And then Elspeth Smite the Tifa, and then their Gorehound still goes to the grave, ready to come back. And it's not just Raise the Past, too, guys. It's the 3-mana card that I don't know the name of right now that they can give a gift, right? That's also a problem. Oh, nice. Adventures in. Traveling Chocobo, Mossborn Hydra, and Zell. All of these are terrific. We don't like... Okay. It's probably Traveling Chocobo, and we'll try the Zell next turn. But Mossborn Hydra too, like, boy, tough decisions, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Traveling Chocobo, especially since there's a chance that we can get a couple of these on the board too. We do see Ancient Metropolis, that's going to be the draw. So Zell, extra land, double the Tifa's ability. We double Tifa's ability 2 times. It goes to 2, then 4, then 8, then 16. So not enough, especially with their blockers. But Sazh's Chocobo, yeah, but the Amalia is going to be able to block the Sazh's Chocobo for sure. We see a side quest, raise a Chocobo off the top. All right, so number 1, we want to be able to play an extra land on our turn. So we can easily start with Thornspire Verge. Let these activate 2 times over. Then get the Zell. Still a really good full swing, right? 2 times over. Oh, man. So, So Elesil Core trading into Sazh's Chocobo, that's a no-go, right? That's a no-go. Just Tifa and accept any trade they offer. Wait a minute, guys. No, never mind. Oh, no. This is tough, dude. This is really tough because Mossborn Hydra probably would have been a little better. And then, like, wait for a turn of setup, right? A little patience. Mossborn Hydra, if it survives Zell next turn. We are waiting for the opponent's block. They decide on Elesil Core, even though they already have 2 Elesil Core in the grave. So we get 14 damage through here. Down to 4. We're going to go ahead and bounce the adventures in, right? I think that makes the most sense. If we had more mana than the Zanarkand, if we actually planned on doing the 6-mana adventure, then that'll be a good one to bounce back. But Vengeful Blood Witch, the opponent's missing some land here, guys. All right, let's see what's on top here. It's going to be Reach the Horizon next turn. That should be pretty good. So number 1. Ah, they got blockers for days. All right, let's get the Mossborn Hydra down. And then we go Adventures in. All of these double. Hey, Monstrous Rage for Sazh's Chocobo would be crazy, huh? Sidequest Chocobo. This is so freaking cool, dude. So cool. Oh, they don't have Death Touch over there now. That's a good trade there. We want to be able to bounce the adventures in. I think we can swing successfully with Sazh's Chocobo. They just do a chump block real quick. They gain life. We lose life thanks to the Blood Witch. We'll see if they find their 3rd mana next turn too. For the 3 mana, gift a card, return like 3 creatures back. Because they'd want to block with... if they had that in hand and they're expecting a 3rd mana, they could like double block. They just go for the Gnawing Vermin. Get a -1 on anything. Like I said, though, they do gain, we lose. I'm feeling good, but at any point, they could have an explosive end here. Amalia also explores, too, and we can successfully bring back the adventures in again and cast it next turn for the 2 life, which is really cool. We're 1 bird short from Sidequest Raise a Chocobo. We get to keep the Mossborn Hydra around. They do find their 3rd mana, guys. If we get to keep Mossborn Hydra around, reach the horizon just chilling on top, I mean, that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy, wild stuff. So let's see what the opponent does here. And that's pretty essential. Like, they have to remove Mossborn Hydra, especially since it's a 4/4 and we double the ability from the Traveling Chocobo. You drop Cure. Hey, that's what it's called. They don't have to gift if they just bring 2 back. They actually gain off the Elisil Core, and they get some more mill on the Snarling Gorehound. The problem is the Trampling Hydra is going to be insane. Now, they don't know that we have reached the horizon next turn. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. Also, if they would have had like some way to give first strike to Elisil Core or something, that would be a way to deal with the huge trampling damage on the Mossborn Hydra. We have... No, we don't. Never mind. Yeah. I was going to say we could just do Traveling Chocobo, but I'm pretty sure it's better to just grab 2 lands off the Reach the Horizon. Well, no, the Traveling Chocobo doubles it again, right? We can just grab anything here. Yeah, go, 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 go. Okay, we got to swing as fast as possible. Go, 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 go. Mossborn Hydra, 256. Woo, buddy. That should be enough, right? I guess we should have just full swung, actually. The opponent's actually letting the damage go through. That's very nice of you, opponent. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Most people would have conceded, guys. All right? Like, we have to thank the opponent for real. Absolute champion for sticking that out and letting the damage go through. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had anyone on video let that much damage go through. For real, guys. It might be the first opponent to let us get them down to -200. -241. Seriously, dude. What a champion. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Landfall. Gruul Landfall. How fun was this? Do we want more Mossborn Hydras? I don't know, dude. Everything's up in the air. It's really hard to tell. I'm pretty sure we might even want all 4 Snakeskin Veil. There's just too much removal floating about. But then you always need like a green source open too. One of the things, like, look at our green sources, look at our red sources, okay? But then don't forget, Starting Town is going to manifix us. Fabled Passage grabs forests and mountains. So that kind of manifixes us. And then that grabbing basics also manifixes us for the Verge too. But if you're just treating the Verge as a red source, now we got 8 red sources and 9 green sources, but a heavy lean into the green, guys. 80% green, 20% red. But hopefully the Verge isn't just a red source, right? But there were games there where we had double red on the board, 1 green source, and we couldn't double down on certain things that we really wanted to. I could see 1 mountain go up a 9th forest, but at the same time, I don't think I'm actually going to change anything. And also, there were a lot of games too where I was complaining a little bit that 25 didn't feel like 25. We could consider 26. We could. I also really like the double adventures. And don't forget, guys, too, having the extra towns, when you're thinking of like, oh, well, 25 mana, that's a lot for this really low curve. We could also think, well, it's 22 mana, but we have a top-end Ancient Metropolis and a 3-mana Lindblum Industry, right? Or Industrial Regency. So that's probably what we would drop over the basic. Over the mountain, we would drop a Lindblum down to 1 and then go up just a basic forest. And I don't think we would mind that at all, right? Actually, I'm going to do that right now. We're dropping a rare, we're dropping a Lindblum, we're going up a forest. And I don't think that's going to be an issue whatsoever. Actually, it doesn't even have to be a forest. It could be a second Zanarkand, right? I don't know, though. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I think I do like dropping the Lindblum going up a forest. Probably fine and dandy. I like a lot of our 3-ofs, guys. I'd say the most unnecessary 3-of in here is actually the Sidequest, Raise a Chocobo. There was almost a game where we had 4 birds, but we only hit 3. Outside of that, if you're missing the birds, it's just a 2/2 for 2 mana, and it has a relatively weak landfall ability comparative to Tifa, Bristly Bill, Mossborn Hydra, right? Now, of course, that landfall ability does get doubled on Traveling Chocobo too. Of course, Traveling Chocobo, Sazh's Chocobo, all fits that bird theme for the side quest. There are going to be moments where you flip this into Black Chocobo. How often, though? I don't know if this is necessary. I could see dropping it down to 1, going up that second Snakeskin Veil, and considering a third Zell. Being able to play 2 land on the same turn is fine and dandy. What's important here is it gives you that second land back, right? You take that land back off the board. Now you're guaranteed to play a couple land next turn. Or not guaranteed, but you guys know what I mean, right? Like you're grabbing that land back, and it's really cool when you're grabbing the adventures in back and stuff and recasting it, getting 2 life. That's pretty essential with all the hyper aggro floating about. Some really key things to go over real quick. While I would consider the third Zell, I don't have the third Zell, and I don't think it's worth the craft for me quite yet. We'll see, we'll see. And there's a chance that I just pull it out of a pack in the upcoming weeks too. And that being said, guys, put it on the do not craft list. That doesn't say anything about the deck list. It's just Final Fantasy just came out. You have no idea where the meta is going to settle. No one has any idea where the meta is going to settle. So I would say save your wild cards, right? There was some cards that I had to craft for this deck list. I crafted all 4 Traveling Chocobos. I hope that's going to be worth it for me, man. Now, I'm a big fan of Chocobos, so hopefully we find some awesome Chocobo builds to play with, or awesome bird builds, or other landfall builds. I think it's going to be worth it for me, but man, 4 mythic wild cards. It was pretty powerful, wasn't it, first of all? But there is a problem with only 2 toughness, gets picked up by Burst Lightning right away. Not having protection open gets picked up by every other removal right away too, right? It has a huge target on its back because that is a very powerful ability. Being able to see extra off the top too is crazy business. So I don't know, man. Yeah, a lot to say about this one. Kind of has a +1/+1 counter theme going on here too. I do think that bottom ability on Bristly Bill is going to come in handy quite often. I would not mind a couple more Haste Magic, or at least 1 more. I do think this would be pretty good. What's cool about it is you can boost the Tifa, find a land off the top using that ability, and then play the land, boost the Tifa, or double its power, right? So that's really neat, and it stacks really well with a Monstrous Rage. What if you see a Monstrous Rage off the top? Play the Monstrous Rage, play a land out of your hand. Now Tifa is super deadly all of a sudden. Speaking of which, guys, so deadly, in fact. Could we have 4? Probably, even though it's legendary, right? It's like I said, huge target on its back. All of our creatures, just the opponents need to kill our creatures, dude. So I don't have the 4th one. This one probably will be worth the craft for me at some point, considering how much I actually love landfall builds and stuff too. But we'll see. We'll see if I pull the 4th first of all. For now, I'm totally fine with just 3, and if I had 4, then I would desperately want that 4th Snakeskin Veil too, just more reasons to, or more ways to protect our important creatures, so. Oh, buddy, enough rambling, huh? What do you think of the deck list? Let me know down in the comments. Do you think Reach the Horizon was worthwhile to be able to grab our towns and stuff too? I think so. Yeah, mana fixing us with like starting town and whatnot as well. Now, once you're at 4 mana, you probably don't need mana fixed, but probably grab an Adventures in more often than not too. So yeah, I like it as a 3 of on the top for sure. Alright guys, like I said, enough rambling. If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.